SAS's history is not unlike a lot of other really great companies with humble beginnings. SAS was formed in academia with our founder and co-founder and 3 others working in the statistics department at North Carolina State University, and they were asked to develop a statistical analysis system to analyze agricultural data. Fast forward 35 years, we're celebrating our 35th year this year. We have over 12,000 employees around the world, over 400 offices in over 50 countries, and SAS can be found in over 90% of the Fortune 500 companies.
In today's business climate, firms are constantly seeking ways to be more efficient within the workplace. At the same time, employees are looking for perks that allow more balance in their lives. North Carolina-based business analytics software giant SAS is a recognized leader in human resources management. In fact, in 2011, for the 2nd year in a row, SAS was ranked #1 by Fortune magazine in its annual Top 100 Companies to Work For.
Since the very beginning, SAS has recognized that it takes a different type of culture, one that fosters creativity and innovation. So there's an enormous amount of respect and trust in the organization, and that's really what the Great Place to Work recognition is all about.
Human resource management determines what a company needs in terms of its own human resources. It deals with recruiting, hiring, motivating, evaluating, and compensating employees as to how they meet the overall corporate goals.
Human resources here at SAS is incredibly important. I like to say that we are the keepers of the culture. It's very important for human resources to understand what we mean when we say a culture of creativity and innovation. It's all about our people. We're about relationships here at SAS. Human resources is very prominent and very active in the organization.
Companies realize that employees are their most valuable resources, and over the past several decades, laws have been and continue to be enacted to protect them. In recent decades, as the U.S. has shifted from a manufacturing-based economy to a service and high-tech-based environment, human resources management is challenged with finding ways to retrain the workforce to handle more complex jobs and tasks.
SAS has some similar challenges that other organizations would find in human resources. However, we're fortunate enough to have a really strong employment brand that has made it easier for us to attract and retain the needed talent in order to continue to grow our business.
Challenges human resources professionals face in today's business climate include undereducated employees, a shortage of skilled labor to replace the retiring baby boomers, two-income and single-parent families that demand more unique benefits, as well as issues such as healthcare, child and elder care, drug testing, and workers with disabilities, just to name a few.
We've grown in both revenue and profitability for over 35 years. I would say that we're doing something right in the area of human resources in order to be able to do that. A strong employment brand certainly helps. Having a product that is needed by our customers during a down economy helps as well. A lot of other organizations are having to deal with downsizing or cutting their organizations, and we've been fortunate to not have to do that. So that certainly makes things easier for us.
For decades, the legal system has created and increased the need for HR professionals to be an important cog in the corporate wheel. Since the 1930s, several acts of legislation have been passed to provide proper environments for employees within the workplace. For instance, Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits discrimination in hiring, firing, compensation, gender, race, religion, creed, national origin, age, and other conditions employees might face. In 1972, the Equal Employment Opportunity Amendment became part of Title VII and established the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, which was given the power to provide guidelines to all employers on acceptable corporate conduct while providing equal employment opportunities. Affirmative action increased opportunities for women and minorities. Further legislation, such as the Civil Rights Act of 1991 and the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, gave additional protection to victims of discrimination and employees with disabilities.
SAS is a government contractor, so we are held to many of the same laws that other employers in the U.S. are held to as well. Many of those things that the laws are put in place for are just the norm for us here at SAS, and because we do those things really well, we're able to focus on maybe some of the even more strategic things and how we impact the business and help keep our customers happy.
Companies often go through a 5-step process to determine their HR needs. They prepare an inventory of all their employees to make sure they're technically up to date and properly trained in order to be relevant in today's business world. They perform a job analysis to understand the function of each employee within the organization. This information is then used to prepare job descriptions and specifications that detail the type of person needed to perform the job. HR also assesses future needs in order to stay ahead of the curve and properly train employees. Companies additionally assess the labor supply outside their organization to be better prepared to act when the need arises to hire more employees.
Human resource planning really starts at the highest level, understanding the areas that the company is growing. For SAS, over the years, we have gone from being a high-end technical tools provider to truly a business analytics company. So our users have changed over the years. The types of people that we have had to hire over the years have heavily been influenced by the direction we've been going as an organization. It's important for human resources to be actively involved in those conversations so that you can meet the demands that are going to be needed.
Once they know what their needs are, HR managers often perform certain steps in their quest to hire qualified candidates.
The recruitment process includes not only an enormous amount of pre-screening and interviewing for the technical skills that we need, but we also look for cultural fit. And decisions are not made in isolation. It includes a hiring manager along with stakeholders who will be involved in either interacting with this individual or will be a consumer of their services internally. We want to make sure that we make good decisions on the front end.
Training is an integral portion of human resources management. As the business world becomes more technology-driven, employees need to be trained to keep up with its ever-increasing pace.
Training is very important to us at SAS. We have 20% of our workforce have advanced degrees, and in our research and development area, over 10% have PhDs. So education and ongoing training is just in our DNA. And then through our work-life programs, we have what we call interpersonal training, offerings that just help make life a little easier for our employees.
Training occurs at all levels within an organization. Many companies have structured development programs to help employees become quality managers. In some cases, employees network with mentors inside their companies. Typically, a mentor is someone who is at a higher level and can advise, provide guidance, and introduce the employee to appropriate people within the organization that can further enhance their career.
90% of the positions that we have open are filled internally. We grow our leadership organically, and that's really intentional. It's important in order to be a good leader here at SAS that you really understand the culture. A lot of managers want a manual, and HR is great at handing the book of rules. And at SAS, we are managing human beings, and so there's not going to be a manual that's going to tell you exactly how to handle every scenario that comes up. So we want our managers to understand how to motivate and empower their employees, and we think that's best done when they have an understanding of who we are as an organization.
Creating a diverse workforce isn't just legally and morally correct. Successful HR professionals understand that hiring women and minorities makes good business sense because they are able to bring more qualified and quality employees to the table. Plus, by increasing the amount of women and minorities within an organization, companies are better able to serve their female and minority customers.
At SAS, diversity is very important to us. We believe that the best products and solutions come from diverse thoughts and ideas. Over nearly half of our workforce are made up of females, and half of our leadership team is females. That's quite unusual for many organizations, certainly in our industry, and we're very proud of that. A lot of times in the past, women have felt like they maybe had to have a choice between career and raising family, and I believe SAS does a fabulous job of integrating life and work, which has made it possible for women to pursue their dreams.
Another important function of human resources is the performance appraisal, which is a useful tool to determine whether an employee is performing effectively. There are typically several steps to properly implementing them.
Performance management is never an easy task. At SAS, we believe in just enough performance management, just enough structure. It's important that the focus be on shared understanding between a manager and employee and ongoing feedback. And if a process causes that not to happen, then it's pointless.
Performance appraisals ultimately lead to helping determine adequate levels of compensation for employees. Compensation can be a key element in attracting and retaining the best of the best employees, which is something SAS excels at.
In certain areas that we hire domain experts. We're not only targeting the software industry, but we're also targeting the industries where we've had to attract these employees, so financial services or health and life sciences. It's important that we offer a competitive compensation package to get these people.
There are many different types of pay systems that companies choose between to compensate their employees: salary, hourly wages, commissions, bonuses, profit sharing, and stock options.
SAS operates with a total reward philosophy, of which compensation is one piece of that, but it's really the full picture. We target the industry average, and then if you take on top of that our bonus plans, we have a profit sharing plan, which makes up a pretty significant portion of our overall compensation, in addition to a very comprehensive benefits package.
Fringe benefits are also important forms of employee compensation. Sick pay, health care, vacation, and pension plans are all parts of employee compensation that is in addition to base wages.
Our benefits really kind of fall into several areas. They're the core benefits that one would expect to get. But where SAS has really gotten a lot of recognition are what I would consider the non-traditional benefits, or the convenience benefits. Some of those benefits are things like an on-site child care facility, spa services, so pedicures, manicures, 3 full-service cafes. We have on-site car detailing, we have dry cleaner services, a recreation and fitness facility that's just incredible with an aquatics facility. We have summer camps for school-age children. All of these benefits are here to help make life a little easier for our employees, to reduce stress and distraction so that they can focus on being creative and innovative in their work.
Are you looking for a profession that cuts across not only all areas of a company, but across all industries too? If so, a career in human resources might be for you. While you're thinking about that, ask yourself what types of innovative and cost-saving benefits you might be able to come up with that would be an asset to both your company's employees and the company employing you.
Well, I think this generation is an exciting generation. They have no fear. They believe they can conquer the world, and when you believe that, you can. The generation coming is going to need to be more globally aware than any of us ever needed to be, and truly understanding how a global economy works is really important. Those are things that all employers are going to be looking for, and SAS is no different.